Brought to you by Irish Rugby Tours, the Rugby Tour Specialists, AFIA Sports Training, committed to developing the sporting potential of future players in the U.S., UK, and across the world. And Dub Pies, Down Under Pies. Stop by, say hi, and eat pie. Hey everybody, welcome back to Rugby Wrap-Up. Matt McCarthy back at the Fantasy Sports Network, Studio 34 in New York City, fresh off our trip to Rugby Town, USA, Glendale, Colorado, for the Rugby Town Sevens. Thank you for all your hospitality, Glendale, specifically for setting us up for our interviews of various big names, including this one with Mr. Sean O'Leary of ERA, Eagles Impact Rugby Academy. Check it out. Hey everybody, welcome to Rugby Wrap-Up on the road in Rugby Town, USA. That's right, Glendale, Colorado, rugby heaven on earth. And it's a massive event, a massive weekend, full of stars, none bigger than Kojo, a.k.a. Sean O'Leary, extraordinary coach, an historic coach in United States professional rugby history. Sean, welcome.
Thank you very much, Matt.
Sean, for the folks at home that don't know this, you were the first ever and only ever winning coach in the Pro Rugby USA setup with the Denver Stampede.
Yes, correct, yes. Few people know that, or few people want to remember that.
But we're not talking about that here.
No.
We're talking about ERA,
yes,
which is Eagles Impact Rugby Academy.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
And I've gotten the acronym down, but let's talk about it. You guys are doing good stuff. We have the Falcons, which are a representation of the National Sevens squad. Usually they're the second best or second tier of the nation's squad. This is not exactly what's going on this weekend. It's more about blooding some players, but you've got an ERA Impact.
There's a couple of players out there that I believe there's 3 players that have to go through the program here to confirm, but Junior came through the ERA program, as did Alex Cleary. And
Junior is whom for the folks at home?
Junior Wakavesi, and if I have mispronounced that, Junior, I owe you an apology. It's ERA is really exploding around the country currently, Matt. It's we have 11 bases around the country. They're not all state-based. We have SoCal, NorCal, the Heartland, Midwest. We have an operation here in Denver, which is the West. And we're opening up a couple of ERA locations this fall in Hopeto up in Washington State. And on the East Coast, we have the Northeast Academy, Mid-Atlantic, and Carolinas and Florida. So we're based all around the country.
So these are rugby academies where a player can go and be coached and hopefully get on the radar of the national team or a professional team somewhere?
Yeah, what we're trying to do is, the mission is to close the gap internationally. So USA Rugby recognizes ERA as a pathway for their players. We're bringing in players as young as 13 through 18 to get ERA coaching, which I'm involved in their coach development side as well, to make sure that there's consistency in coaching around the country. And these players are slowly but surely coming through. We're just back from a 6-game tour of Ireland, where our U16s and U17s teams played Leinster, Connacht and Ulster in 6 games this past July.
Was it 7s, 15s, both?
In 15s.
Wow.
15s, yeah.
And does Ireland have anything to do with the fact that you and Salty Thompson are involved in this ERA? Well,
Salty is the main man, and obviously from Ireland, Northern Ireland. I've been working with Salty actually since 1999 when we first worked together with the USA under 19s, which is now the high school All-Americans. And great to go back working with him through ERA, which is supported by Robin Reid, who is a South African, and the co-director is Brendan Keane, who's an American. So we are
okay. All right. So you have some Americans in there.
We have some Americans in there, yes.
And well, Salty's son Brett Thompson is representing the Eagles in 7s and 15s.
Yes.
And they have a rugby family there.
Yes, they do indeed.
But For people that don't know, we can educate them a little bit. You have other academies out there. You have Atavis, you have Tiger Rugby, you have ARPTC, right? Where do you guys? Are you a competitor with them? Do you guys work together at times? How does this all work?
Well, the great thing about this country, Matt, it's open market. Our bandwidth right now is for boys. 13 through 18. We start with girls next year. We're bringing a sevens team to Vegas, and we will then bring a touring side to Canada, a girls team next year.
Wow.
So our focus is on this younger age group. We believe that if we can get into an influence in a game-based environment, that those players will be better coming up through the system into college, create more high school All-Americans, create more USA under-20s, more collegiate All-Americans, better skills, better rugby IQ, and that's the goal of the program.
Well, and you also have setups like this, Rugby Town USA
Absolutely.
Sevens and the National Club Sevens now, and these events are now getting live streamed, and they do a great job here.
Fantastic.
This is great for the kids to be able to watch.
Absolutely, and actually Era West will hold, I just spoke with Mark Bullock from Glendale here, and I meet with Linda the week after next to discuss how we further those programs. So we're hoping to have at least one ERA session here in Glendale, which is great for them. They're looking at future players for their academy and also then their professional team. So the goal is to move these players up through the ranks and give them an opportunity at a later stage.
What are the biggest challenges for an academy like ERA?
It goes back to always has been the same on the size of this country, but we can't use that as an excuse anymore. We have to say that we have operations nationwide. We have consistency in coaching. It has now been approved by USA Rugby's Training and Education Department, and that we give more kids an opportunity to play at the highest level. So we have to stop with the excuse of size and just start moving on. It is a challenge, but we're not going to use it as an excuse.
Well, we're basically running out of time, Sean, but I have one final question, and I ask this of all the academies. Can you train me to be an Eagle?
Cut.
And on that note, Mr. Sean O'Leary of rugby coaching fame here in the United States and ERA, the Eagle Impact Rugby Academy, on Rugby Wrap-Up on the road in Rugby Town, USA. I'm Matt McCarthy for Mr. O'Leary, signing off. And there you have it. Thank you, Mr. O'Leary. Thank you, Salty Thompson. And thank you to everybody out in Glendale. We really appreciate your hard work and your hospitality. And on that note, Matt McCarthy for Rugby Wrap-Up here at the Fantasy Sports Network, Studio 34, signing off.